Alright, what's up yins guys? I'm gonna start this video off by telling you about this stupid YouTuber that I've encountered a good while back. But that's not what this whole video is about. But I'm gonna use it as an example. And I couldn't make up my mind at the time if I wanted to start the video off by telling you about them or before or after, you know what I mean? I figure I started out in the beginning of the video because I feel it's relevant, but the video is going to be more about this woman that I actually knew out there in the real world, not on YouTube. But I'm going to use this YouTuber as an example and then dovetail it in because it's relevant. But anyway, the subject matter of this video is, you know, I made a comment on a blog one time on this one YouTuber's page that I think I made comments before on their stuff and they were okay about it. But there was one like a issue about, you know, makeup and different things like that. And my standing on things like makeup is, hey, if women want to wear it, it's cool. You know, whether it's they want the goth look or maybe they're in the mood and have this other thing. Some people wear too much of it, like they're trying to use it to get attention from guys or whatever. But if they want to wear different clothes, they want to wear different makeup for the different mood, it's cool too. You know, whether any of us have girlfriends or wives that like to do that, it's natural. You know, maybe they want to buy these shoes or whatever. But yeah, I'm centered on also, if they want to do that, that's cool. But I also believe in the right not to wear makeup. If some chick just refuses to wear makeup or wants to wear her own short, and if they want to look what the world calls, you know, the world calls some of these people butch or whatever, or call them lesbians or whatever, whether they're lesbians or not, because, oh yeah, that's another kind of intimidation tactic too, just like people do to guys. And if you don't want to brag about trying to look like you're getting women all the time, you're called a faggot. And then if you're a woman that wants to be career oriented and don't want to act sexy or whatever, then you're a lesbian. But anyway, my comment on her thing was centered on, the intention was to, you know, makeup is cool, because her stuff was about makeup, but there was issues, you know, people, you know, making different blog comments, and I think she had gave me some reason to make a comment, and I didn't think my comment was a bad thing. And it was basically what I mean if I make any comments like that. You know, yeah, a lot of people I know wear makeup, you know, but you can also, if maybe you're some chick that wears makeup and likes different makeup once in a while, and maybe one day they feel like taking a break from it and just go around scruffy and not wear any makeup. Yeah, you can be one that wears it all the time. You can be some chick that wears it all the time, and then maybe one day you're not in the mood, and hey, that's your right. And if people don't like it, tough. Or if you're one of them people that don't like it at all, don't want to wear it at all, and if the guys or other girls don't like it, well, to hell with them. You know, that's what I mean. You know, I'm not against it. I'm against it to a point where these ones go around in bars or whatever like they're the sexiest thing on the face of the earth or whatever, and make fun of other women that don't want to wear makeup. Oh, I don't like it as a what do you call it? If it's I don't like it to be considered a mandatory hygiene thing. I think in some classes of women, there's other things around among men, but this isn't anything among men. But the makeup issue where women are concerned, in a lot of instances, I think that in some cultures it's actually almost, whether other women in churches, depends even what church you go, or no matter where you're at, or you could even still be in school or whatever, or college. I don't believe it should be a mandatory hygiene thing, like that women should hold other women up to ridicule for not wearing it and make it like it's some kind of mandatory hygiene thing that you have to wear makeup. That's what I mean by any comment. But anyway, getting to, what happened when I made the comment. Like later on down the line, this woman, YouTuber, actually gives me a comment right on my main front of my page and says, I'm using this as an example. It happened a long time ago. I didn't feel compelled to make any comment on it because the only reason I'm commenting it on now is because dovetailing it into this whole issue here. Well, anyway, she made this comment right on the front of my page, I guess, so it makes me look like some kind of bad person right on all the other viewers make it look like I'm bigoted or something. How dare you make bigoted comments on my page? And so they claimed that I claimed it was bigoted. It was, but yet they didn't tell anybody what the comment was or whatever. They just said bigoted comments. So what I don't even remember exactly what I said, but I don't consider that as a bigoted comment. But what I just explained to you so far, the comment was revolved around that. I don't remember the exact words, but I don't know about any yins, guys, but I don't consider that bigoted, simply because my comment was centered on to right to wear it. Maybe you like all different kind of looks. Maybe you're feeling goth one day and want to do the black thing, and maybe you're feeling different one day. If a lot of yins guys that have these girlfriends or whatever, they want to buy these different shoes, or this, maybe they're in a dress wearing mood one day, or maybe they can be totally not in the mood and wear none. So I'm also my comment was also meaning that the right to not wear it, and I don't want to see it like as a forced thing down people's throat as a mandatory hygiene. That's what I mean. But anyway, yeah, I rambled on about that a little bit too much, but I wanted to get you guys to know what I mean there. But I'm going to dovetail this in and tell you about this woman I knew in the real world. Anyway, there was a time, a car broke down at short notice and all that, and the kind of person, like in my family, we don't live on credit, so we didn't have enough of money in the bank to completely, down payment or buy another car yet. So and at the same time, I was still awaiting answers on job applications and all that, and when I finally got called, even as far as it was, I was taking a bike over to work pretty far, because I was crazy enough to do it. And you go on some highway, and then you go on some nice scenery, like a little bit of boondock-like road, and you come down, and I was going to this workplace. This agency got me this job. So I met this woman there. It was pretty cool. She's me. I'm always riding down there, have these conversations, and, I'm passing that area. I'll give you a ride back, and ride home, and then just wait for me over here and just give you a ride as long as I have this job. So anyway, this woman was pretty cool. She was one of them people, real short hair. She didn't believe in dressing sexy, just maybe she wore collared shirts and all that stuff, no makeup. And people in the workplace were pretty cool to me anyway too, but I noticed, overheard a few things, a couple people talked about her, subtly, nothing really big gossip with, nothing really against her, they're saying, oh, she's pretty cool, but, the looking butch thing, they'll say politely, in a way, how, some people will get vicious with it behind people's backs, no different than, say, somebody like me, act nice to your face, and then you overhear him say, oh, why don't he cut his hair? He's pretty cool, but why don't he do this? Why don't he do that? But anyway, I overheard little things that other women would actually mention here and there, subtly in conversation. Oh, they look butch, or they look this or that. And I've heard in the past, but, yeah, that's my point, this woman that I actually thought was pretty cool, you'll get things talked about like that. But anyway, some of the conversations I would have with her, while I'm driving home was actually pretty cool, because some of her beliefs, I believe, are kind of like mine. And some of these people, I would rather have one of them as a friend than I would rather have somebody like that as a friend than have some sexy chick and have a relationship, which later it'll go, you know, how that ends up being later on, you know, ulterior motives. And some other guys and girls that get together a certain kind of way because somebody is sexy, but whether it's ended up it's ulterior motive and all that, and everybody's break up anyway. So that's why I'd rather have somebody like that as a friend than have actually a girlfriend. But anyway, the conversations that we would have would be kind of funny because she'd make me laugh because certain things that I agree with. She'd be talking about her like sister and how ridiculous about it, like her sister that thinks it's big fun being pregnant, you know, and what a big joke it is, you know, and like what me and both her were like, you know, nothing wrong with somebody having kids if they, you know, want to do it and do it the right way, and God forbid they have any kids that if they can't afford it, and then blame the rest of the world, you know, I mean, for the kid being poor, you know, there's a lot of people that shouldn't have kids, and then there's the ones that have all, whether it's the religious fundamentalists doing it because it's some kind of virtue, like you have to do it and live on credit, and then bang out all these bunches of kids because they think the religion commands them to, and because they have the money or a lot of credit cards, and instead of having one or two, I mean, freaking adopt. And in some cases like that, why don't they freaking adopt one, you know what I mean? There's so many ones out there, you know, that could use homes, and people are over there making more kids. Whether if you can afford it, but why do it as some kind of virtue, you know what I mean? I don't care for that, and I don't care for people doing it that can't afford to do it, or any kind of crap at a party, getting pregnant because they got with some person at a party, and then it's an accident. Then, you know, they're not going to tell their kids, oh, that their birth was an accident. They're going to say that the reason why the kid is poor, you know, teach the kid that it's the fault of the single woman that, you know, has her hair short or whatever and doesn't wear makeup and wants to have a career. Oh, it's her fault, and maybe it's that couple that bought a house and a car the right way, and maybe they're thinking about having a kid. You know, that kind of thing, you know. Whether it's the religious fundamentalist with all the credit cards bopping out a whole bunch and thinking that, yeah, they should have more important than job preference for them, you know, and all their kids before anybody. And then if there's anything left for anybody else, I don't care for either attitude that way, you know what I mean? So this is the kind of person that, you know, you can talk and laugh and joke about that stuff and have them agree with you. So I actually value that over even having girlfriends in a lot of cases. But if you get a girlfriend that agrees that way, that's cool too, you know. But yeah, I was laughing like hell when she was talking about her sister and all that, you know, thinking like it's big fun being pregnant, and, you know, that being a big joke, you know what I mean? And because I laugh about, like, I made a video already before, like, I laugh about all these people I see in stores, you know, different places now, younger and younger, like it's walking around all proud, like younger yet, and like it's big fun being pregnant. And then I even made a video about how these young teenagers, they have a teenage friend that has a baby like that, and grandma paying for all the baby clothes, and they think it's attractive and they want one too, like a baby is a thing that you want. You know, you want to go out and have. And then a lot of internet blogs and articles that they're acting like it's some kind of civil right. You know, you can just, oh, you don't have to not worried about how the kid's going to live. Go ahead and have it at a young age, like it's a civil right now. You know what I mean? Instead of discouraging it and saying, okay, what's done is done now, but don't be encouraging no more younger people to get pregnant. Yeah, we laughed, and so me and her laughed and joked about stuff like that too, where, like, that's basically what it is. You know, you meet somebody like that agrees with you, you know, and you both see eye to eye about that and can laugh about it, where it seems to be such a bad and awful thing to talk about it to other people, whether it's in churches or whether it's in non-religious groups or workplace. But anyway, I thought I'd run that video by you anyway. This video was basically about, saying two things. I used the makeup issue, the right to wear it and have fun a little bit, and the right to not wear it, and mixed it in with the right to look, don't overdo it, try and act like you're getting attention, but don't, but the right to wear makeup and right to not wear makeup, and added both attitudes about trying to get attention, and at the same time, a little bit about that big fun being pregnant thing, make fun of that a little bit. So I did a little everything in this video. But anyway, my time is gonna run over a little bit here. They let me go over 15 minutes a little bit now, but I don't want to go overdo it on this video anyhow. But so I'm gonna end this now right here, and see you next time.